Dear family, I hope you're well. I hope your families are well. In the last message, I mentioned that we are living in the era of True Mother's embrace. I mentioned how our happiness depends on our ability to fulfill our purpose and responsibility, which is directly related to how deeply we can connect to True Mother's heart. Therefore, we're going to go through her memoir together. We're going to reflect on certain portions of this story, The Mother of Peace by Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. The story of how God raised up the greatest woman leader in human history. Why? Well, because this will change your life. The title of today's message is The Mother of Peace Brings Spiritual Awakening for All Who Listen. Let me begin with the opening paragraphs. Sao Tome and Principe, an island nation of Africa that lies directly on the equator, is very special to God and to me. It is the first heavenly nation, a nation where a heavenly parent prepared the president and the people to receive the holy marriage blessing, and the youth to make a pure love pledge. After conducting these events, I took a little rest on the tiny island nation of the Seychelles. Mother starts off with this incredible victory in Sao Tome. A victory, by the way, that we should have all of our eyes on for our own nations, right? The president and the people receive the marriage blessing, and the youth commit to pure love. Amazing. But what strikes me is this last sentence here. I took a little rest on the tiny island nation of the Seychelles. Just reflect on that for a moment. True father and true mother worked tirelessly throughout their whole lives. They've created a massive global foundation for the sake of world peace. But whenever do we see them rest? The fact that Mother describes this short rest is significant. The crashing waves, the refreshing breeze. I walked along the shore of an emerald green sea whose dancing waves smiled and greeted me. The white sand beneath my toes was soft and warm. I felt truly at peace, enveloped in a cloudless sky, touched by cool rhythmic breezes and a warm sunshine. Wow. Please imagine the scene that Mother is describing. She's walking along the shore of an emerald green sea. She's not just walking by the sea. She's walking by the emerald green sea. She doesn't just notice the waves. She notices that the waves are dancing and smiling and greeting her. When you hear these words, do you think that Mother is simply trying to be poetic? What can you feel from these words? On the one side, you can see the images that True Mother is describing, right? These words put you there by the emerald green sea and the dancing waves, right? Perhaps you can even smell the salt in the air. But what is written here is not all that I see. What I see is Mother. I see that Mother notices these details and she feels intimately connected with God and creation. In other words, Mother's words are not just describing what she experienced. These words are describing Mother's own nature, Mother's internal mind. All of these words are a window into True Mother's heart. The white sand beneath my toes was soft and warm. She takes time to notice the color, the texture, and the warmth of the sand, not just under her feet, but between her toes. I felt truly at peace, enveloped in a cloudless sky, touched by cool rhythmic breezes and warm sunshine. Brothers and sisters, nature is speaking to her, embracing her. Why? Why is nature speaking to her like this? I believe nature is speaking to her because she's listening. She's watching and listening. But there's more. I saw the beauty God created for us in the beginning, intact and untouched. I communed with God, the one who gives this blessing. She's experiencing nature in its virgin state, communing with God. She receives all this love from God, and she offers her joy back to God because she understands that all of this is a gift from God. If she were only to notice the beauty of the creation and not recognize that it was created by God as a gift, then it would be like taking a present from your parent without recognizing them, without thanking them. Do you like that kind of a child? Actually, there are many people like this today. You freely gave the creation to us, your children, and you hoped to dwell with us in joy and peace. She's not just receiving God's love and recognizing God's gift. She is connecting to God's heart and motivation, God's original pure desire. She's tapping into the expression of love, the origin of love, and the original purpose of that love. This is the heart of a true child. Then she connects all of this to us. That is the heart of a true parent. What type of vibrational resonance do you think mother has during this experience? I believe this is an expression of her devotion. You know, when we think about devotion, we think about the act of devotion, right? The prayer, the reading. But what is the desired outcome of devotion? What are we actually trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve a vibrational resonance with God's heart. We are trying to establish the resonant heart of a true child with God. And mother, on the foundation of her constant effort, is able to experience this simply by walking on the beach. This is not actually a rest. It's devotion. She goes on. You want us to know you as our Heavenly Parent, the one who is the love of Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother. You want us to live as heavenly people. This was God's hope, that we all live this way in harmony as the pure children of heaven. Honestly, this is already enough to reflect upon, I think. If our aim is to connect with True Mother's heart, there's clearly already enough in these few words to digest and practice for a whole week or more. Should we stop here? Or shall we read a little more? What do you think? All right. If you want a little more, let's go on. But you have to get ready for a shift, okay? What Mother was just describing is the ideal that God desired. However, the fallen world lost your ideal of man-woman oneness and worshipped an incomplete image of the Heavenly Father rather than welcoming and attending the Heavenly Parent. Men took the dominant position and shaped the Western civilization through Hellenic and Hebraic traditions. Neither man nor woman understood the feminine heart of Heavenly Mother and the perfect eternal love of the Heavenly Parent. We couldn't understand Heavenly Parent without understanding Heavenly Mother. We lost the idea. We have only an incomplete image of Heavenly Father. We have all misunderstood who God is. Okay? Those who worship God And even those who deny God, even the people that deny God don't truly understand the God that they are denying because no one has fully described God yet. Should I give you a little more time to let that sink in? Even those who deny God don't know what they're denying because the full expression of God has never been seen or heard before. Both men and women have not understood the full nature of our heavenly parent, who is made up of the father and the mother. It seems so obvious if you consider it like a child would, but no one has truly understood this. Have you understood this? What does that mean? It is not simply an intellectual understanding or a theological understanding. To understand what Mother is referring to here actually requires spiritual awakening, a reawakening. If that didn't happen for you yet, it will. We are recalibrating our whole relationship with God right now, okay? The Mother of Peace is not simply traveling around the world to preach a new message. Her very word, her very being is literally changing the vibrational constitution of the planet, the entire cosmos. But just like she pays attention to God's heart, we need to cast our thoughts towards her. And just as she responds to the heartbeat of the ocean, we need to pay attention to her every move, as if we're watching the most beautiful expression of love in human history. Are you watching? For this reason, she goes on, for this reason, I am investing everything to restore you, your original position as our heavenly parent. She's restoring God to God's original position. I travel to the north, south, east, and west in order to teach the truth of heaven's providence to those who have ears but have not yet heard, and those who have eyes but have not seen. With a desperate and urgent heart, as if searching for a needle in the midst of a sandstorm, while unable to see an inch in front of me, I proclaim the truth of heaven's providence. Wow. Wow. Mother is speaking directly to God here. But does God not already know this? Of course God knows what Mother is doing, but she is proclaiming it. Why? She is declaring it. Because if we take responsibility for something truly, we should declare it publicly. Can we have that kind of heart? Can we have that kind of heart like Mother? Listen again. With a desperate and urgent heart, as if searching for a needle in the midst of a sandstorm, while unable to see an inch in front of me, I proclaim the truth of heaven's providence. Wow. Our Mother has that kind of heart. We know it is not easy for her mother physically. We know it's not easy for her physically. But it is not easy for Mother internally either. And even those who were prepared to understand her and support her did not understand her. She has referred to this many times. After Father passed, she was entirely alone. And yet, she has been totally committed to embracing all of God's children as her own, including those who persecuted her. Come on now. Mother goes on. Your true sons and daughters who share my passion are appearing. Our skin colors are irrelevant. I have filial children with black skin, yellow skin, and white skin, sons who are Muslim leaders and daughters who lead large Christian churches. I have sons and daughters who lead nations. My children ask me to bless their nations and religions. Before them and their peoples, I talk about you, our heavenly parent. I talk about Heavenly Mother, hidden behind Heavenly Father. and explain that if there is an only begotten son, there is an only begotten daughter. She does it all in God's name, brothers and sisters. She brings the blessing. She brings forgiveness and God's embrace. She brings the fullness of God's nature. She reveals the true feminine aspect of God. And for who? For us. All. She embraces all who have eyes to see and ears to hear. The mother of peace is truly a universal mother. Based on what is she able to bless them? It's simple. It's based on their attendance. Mother goes on. Without parents, there can be no harmony in the family. This is because parents are the center and origin of the family. Likewise, without you, the parent of humankind, there can be no true peace in this world. All right. What happens? Let's think about this. What happens if you leave your children alone in the house when they are still young and immature? This has been the story of human history. Children wander without a home, without parents to guide them and love them. No wonder we quarrel amongst ourselves and use our power to take from one another because we have been afraid. But there's no need to be afraid anymore because we are living in the time when all of this is being corrected. Mother goes on. Our Pacific civilization must learn from the Atlantic civilization's mistakes. The Atlantic civilization could not realize its own Christian ideals. It degenerated time and time again into conquest and exploitation. In contrast, the Pacific civilization must display a maternal heart. It must grow as an altruistic culture based on true love, as the holy community of Heavenly Parent, setting the standard of living for the sake of others that uplifts all people. This is your wish, and I am offering the remainder of my life to realize it fully. You know, we can reflect upon ourselves. We are to model an altruistic culture based on true love. We are a part of the Heavenly Parent Holy Community, and we are to embrace all people. Even in the preface, there is more to share than I have read, but I want to share just a little bit more. I want to give this final quote from this preface. Mother says, as I complete this book, one person I dearly miss at this moment is my beloved husband, Father Sun Myung Moon. We spent our lives together to convey and accomplish God's will, and he and I experienced much more together than I can share at this time. In September of 2012, he ascended to heaven. If he were here to witness the publication of this book, his face would shine with a joy greater than that of anyone else. The sparkle in his eyes is dancing in my heart today. I hope that this book will reveal a taste of our life spent together for God's will. So what's my conclusion? If we want to be a part of the Heavenly Parent Holy Community, we should know what Heavenly Parent is. And who opens that door for us? True parents do. True parents include both true father and true mother. However, mother had to declare that nobody understood her after father passed. She looked left and she looked right, but she could not feel that anyone understood who she was. Have you ever prayed about this point? Have you reflected on that? So if we did not know mother the day after father passed, then we did not know true mother the day before father passed. That is to say, that we never understood her. It wasn't a new problem. True father's passing revealed an existing problem. If we conclude that this is true, then it means that we never really understood true parents or attended them properly. For how can we attend the parents if we don't understand the mother? When mother took the lead, I heard many people mention things like, why doesn't she talk more about true father? Many people were concerned about this. Then, after a while, we started to hear people trying to justify it, saying things like, well, she's united with true father. True father is working through her. But this is also not an entirely correct understanding or attitude, in my opinion. True parents cannot exist without true father, and true parents cannot exist without true mother. You cannot understand mother without understanding the father, and you cannot understand the father without understanding the mother. Even those of us that have been around for decades think we know true parents well. But without understanding heaven's best kept secret, the only begotten daughter, the mother of peace, we cannot know God's real nature. Do you understand how important this is? We should deeply pray and reflect on this. We are not here just to fulfill a mission. I must be continually transformed. This is a time for us to be spiritually reawakened. Are you ready for that, brothers and sisters? We are living in a time when we are to embark on a new 7-year course under the banner of the Heavenly Parent Holy Community. That community starts here. We should make ourselves new. And if you listen to the Mother of Peace, if you connect to her heart and pray about what she has proclaimed, you will be spiritually reawakened. I guarantee it. Brothers and sisters, God bless you. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next time. God bless you.
산골짜마다 울려 퍼지고 여름은 가고 꽃은 떨어지니 너도 가고 또 나도 가야지. 여름철이 가고 산골짜마다 눈이 덮여도 나 항상 여기 살리라. 아목동아 내 사랑아.
And give credit. And go.
Let's give a great stand-up please. Let's give a standing ovation to Father and Mother. Victorious Father and Mother. Let's have a 3 cheers of a Monty. Shall we go ahead? Aberdeen! 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 Aberdeen!